Welcome back on the channel, girls and boys. It's a banging update. It's regarding the Shib army, giving you all the latest news. What's going on with Shib? It's a big one, guys. So sit back, enjoy, and let the Shib army take over. So Shib army, where we heading with Shib?
We keep growing. So it'd be interesting to see where we'll be, where the ship army will be like in 2, 3 years time from now. If we're still gonna be, growing as strong, the same, less, who knows? But I think we'll be bigger because we've been growing up until this point. So there's no reason why we shouldn't keep growing. But I had a question, just based off what Calvin was saying. He was talking about like validators and getting more validators so that people can choose where their bone goes. Can someone kind of explain the role of validators like more in depth and like what they do and like what it takes to be a validator and like what's their role and stuff? Can someone maybe explain that a little bit for me?
CryptoCoin, you want to give an explanation?
Sure, I could tell you what I know about them. So, to be a validator, you have to have 10,000 bone, and that way you can stake the bone. And validators are responsible for approving transactions in the blockchain. So, just making sure that the transaction was correct and no errors. They also have, you don't want to be you have to have certain equipment that's powerful enough to run these transactions and these nodes. If you don't want to go through that, let me get back a minute. There's 12 validators right now. They do want to add some more validators. I know there were some applications that were put in quite a while back, when the testnet first came up and then getting closer to the actual mainnet. So we should be hearing from some of those projects that requested to be validators in the next little bit. Um, if you do want to be a validator, go ahead and get the application in. I believe it's through shib.io where you can find the link for that. But if you don't want to be a validator and go through all the equipment and have that much bone, you can be a delegator. And that way you just kind of contribute any bone that you have towards a validator. And what you're doing is putting your trust in them to say, I trust that you're going to approve these transactions correctly, that you'll remain, in the good graces by your uptime being high percentage, that you're going to continue to stake as you say you're going to stake, and that way you can earn a percentage of bone. So based on how big the validator is, if it's like a huge validator, there's a lot of people in the pool, you may not get as much bone in return as if you chose a smaller validator, because your percentage of the pool would be larger. So if you'll go onto shib.io, if you want to be a delegator, you can just look to, you go shib.io, and then it'll say Shibarium, use Shibarium, I think. And click on that, and it'll take you to the validator page. And you can choose your validator. You can sort them by uptime, by staked bone, by commission, and then you can choose which one you want. And I also, um, a friend found a way through this where you click on the validator and you can actually go to their websites and see if they're a community project or an official validator, and then you can kind of do your own research there to see if you trust them. I feel like anybody who's a current validator is trustworthy, or they wouldn't be one of the first 12, but that's up to you guys to do your own research. And so then just put your bone, as much bone as you want to validate in there. It's a quick transaction. It's on Ethereum, not Shibarium, to do the validation, or excuse me, the delegation. Um, and just select how many you want, pay a small gas fee, and actually it's two transactions, one to approve and one to validate or delegate. And then you're done, and you can actually follow along. You can go to my wallet or my transactions, and you can see how much bone you're earning, and it's a percentage of the pool and the transactions that they approve. So as I checked it today, and yeah, there's still 12. They have all 100 of them, 100% uptime on those, and different levels of commission. But I believe the commission is just a percentage of the bone they have staked versus the pool. So you can see a percentage there, and that'll be, you know, their percentage, the actual validator's bone compared to the total bone pool. So I hope that helps. It is a little
Yeah,
complex,
that
but
was
once
a
you get
great
in,
explanation, Crypto Queen. Thank you.
sure
Appreciate
thing.
that.
It's
And then
super
I want,
easy.
yeah. Well, I kind of understood the gist of validators, but I just wanted to like confirm my thoughts because I know like unification is a big validator or I think it's the top one, isn't it?
It is, and
Or
they had
yeah,
a cap on theirs that they were around 4 million, but I saw earlier when I was checking that they've actually opened up again, so they have over 5 million bone staked. So that's a choice if you want to do
jeez,
that. Yeah,
yeah, that's crazy.
I
But
know it's
then
awesome.
I wanted to ask another question as well, just because I know the shit recap is full of knowledge. I wanted to ask, so everyone's waiting for Bone to be renounced, right? And the reason for that is once Bone is renounced, there's a high likelihood that it will get listed on S-tier exchanges like Coinbase, Binance, KuCoin, etc. Because S-tier exchanges only want to list tokens that are renounced because it's safer, etc. Whatever. But my question is, once Bone is renounced and listed on an S-tier exchange, if you buy Bone on an S-tier exchange, so let's say get listed on Coinbase, would you be buying Bone paired with ETH or Bone paired with Shibarium? And if like, is it a possibility? Like, could you buy Bone on Coinbase on Shibarium? Because then that would fix kind of like the bridging issue. I mean, some people don't really see it as an issue, but I feel like the bridging is kind of like a barrier for like user friendliness. So I'm thinking if Bone gets listed on S tier exchanges, would it be Shibarium Bone or will it be ETH Bone? Does that make sense?
Yeah, Calvin J has his hand up. You want to answer, Calvin?
Going to more than likely be Ethereum Bone until the centralized exchanges add support for Shibarium. DeFi over everything. But
And
ultimately, they're going to use Ethereum Bone on all centralized exchanges and
right.
then choose exactly the same with Matic, really. I mean, it took a minute for your Matic to be sent on Matic from these centralized exchanges. Otherwise, you would have lost funds, or until the merge happened, you was waiting for a while.
So
Uh,
how long is it estimated? Because I'm not too familiar with this stuff. Like, how long does it usually take for like a centralized exchange to support like a L2 blockchain? Like, how long did it take for Polygon to do that? Did it take like months, years? Like, do you know?
Baby shit, we are in the fourth revolution.
I
This
know we are kind of at the forefront of shit, but I'm just like, it's weird because we've never done this before, so we don't really have a lot to like benchmark, So I'm just kind of like,
Yeah,
I'm
I
just kind of trying
understand.
to time gauge things. As an investor, everyone's trying to look for time frames on things, but obviously some things you can just speculate and other things you can just hope for. So, but I mean, the quicker exchanges support Shibarium, the more user friendly it becomes, the more traffic comes in, and the more projects get supported. So, it's just exciting, but I don't know how long they're going to take to support Shibarium because it is always the battle between centralized and DeFi. So, we'll see.
Yeah, we're gonna have to see for sure. And I know, um, as an investor, you would like to know when, but unfortunately, we in a space where it's catch up and keep up. So I don't really have the answer because no one has the answer as to when like a L2 asset, let alone their utility token, is expected to be listed. If there is even an expiration
It's
date to
because
have.
there's not that many L2s out there. I mean, do you know that many L2s out there? The only one I really know about is Matic. That's it. But like that I've heard of. I'm sure there's more out there, but you just haven't heard of them. But like because it's like a fairly new thing. The decentralized finance space is fairly new. It's like, you know, it hasn't been around all this time. So like now people are starting to build it, starting to bring utility into it, starting to find use cases for it. It's all about people having control over their own money, etc. All this business. And a lot of people don't understand it yet. So as it starts again, it's like coming back to like the whole like vision statement of Shib, right? Which is mass adoption. That's the whole point of Shib in the very fucking beginning. That was all we wanted to do, is to become the number one payment system in the world for people to have ownership of their money so they could pay for this, pay for that. You want to go on holiday, pay in Shib. You want to buy a watch, pay in Shib. You want to pay your bills, pay in Shib. You want to have savings, save in Shib. That was the whole freaking essence of SHIB, the whole movement, which was to have control over your finance and be able to spend your money as you please, right? That's DeFi. That's DeFi like to its core. So like now that we have like Shibarium, right, and we can have all these projects to have utility and pillars to come to, like unification with Oracle of Oracles, like Paulzone with their NFT marketplace with Paulzar, like Marswap is doing amazing things with their DEX platform and decentralized platform too, man. Like there's so many projects building on Shibarium that are bringing loads of utility and molding DeFi for Shibarium, which is pretty. And I don't even get me started on the metaverse, man. Like that's just some crazy shit. Like with the Third Floor company working on all the graphics and special effects and all that stuff, and Marcy from the Shib team, they're doing some amazing work. And then we have Welly friends as well. Don't even get me started. There's just so much going on, bro. But what I'm concerned about is like the user friendly aspect thing of things, because like I would say most people in this space are quite crypto native, right? We know we've been in this space. A lot of people I see in this space are quite, familiar. I see them a lot, but like even, you know, some of us can get confused when it comes to like bridging over to Shibarium and stuff. We need to educate ourselves before we can educate others. So I'm thinking like, what are the steps people can take to make it more seamless, if that makes sense? Like, like moving funds over to Shibarium, all this stuff, like it just needs to be more easier to be able to appeal for the larger public, in my opinion. I don't know. That's just my point of view on things. So
Yeah, baby Shib, I agree. It is pretty confusing, and we have some good videos out there learning how to do this. Archangel's put together some great videos. Lucy's put together some great ones. And also the Shibarium Discord team. So take a look for those. Also tomorrow at 8 in the morning at my time, we're going to have a Shibarium Tech Spaces that's going to get really into the technicals there, and hopefully be able to show some folks. Last week we had a Discord voice chat where no one showed us exactly how to use the bone bridge and to stake and delegate. So I think just each other teaching each other within the community is going to make for a stronger um, rollout of this. But you're right, but
yeah,
there
and I
are a
think
lot of different L2s right now. Like Base is a L2 on the Optimism chain. They have, oh goodness, I can even tell you how many they have. Those optimistic rollups, ZK rollups. They have a lot that are coming out now, which we're using a fork of Polygon. So a little more time to settle. Has takes that 7 days to settle for the bone. But I think as we all get more familiar, it's going to be kind of like Shibaswap was at first. It seemed like, oh my gosh, how are we possibly going to do this? But then once you do it a few times and you teach each other, it's easy. So yeah, I just recommend going and checking out those videos that are out there and just playing with it and then coming to space tomorrow.
yeah, I mean literally today was the first time I bridged Bone over to Shibarium, and I was so freaking packed. And bearing in mind, like, I was only playing with like $50, right? Which maybe to some people that's a lot. To me, it's just like it's not so bad. If I would have lost $50, I would have been like, ah, shit, but I wouldn't have cried about it, you know. So I was just like, okay, yeah. And it took about like 20 to 30 minutes to bridge, and it was stressful, man. I was like, yeah, okay, so I've done this. I made the transaction happen, and I'm now just sit and I wait, and you just watch the thing spin, and you're like, damn. And they told you 20 to 30 minutes, but you're like, damn, my
I
money is
know,
sitting
where's
in
my
the bridge
money?
right now. Yeah, and then I think about the whales that are trying to bridge over thousands, and I'm like, how do you trust the system? How do you trust your money sitting on a bridge for like 20 to 30 minutes, and it's thousands and thousands of dollars? Like it's just not attractive to whales. So they need to find a system or put in a system in place where it's seamless, where it's like it's instant, and there's like a more safety, more certitude, more reliability, in my opinion. So if we can fix that, that would already help bringing in like a lot of whales and a lot of traffic into the project. Because it's not that it's bad. It's just that it could be better. That's all. That's not. I'm not
Right.
trying to FUD, um, but I think that's a big issue for bringing in like big investors, because we've got like a lot of projects already built on that, and some have quite a bit of volume. But I'm thinking if we want to get to that next step, we need to make these things seamless. You need to make these
Right.
things really like, because like the big people that have like a lot of money, that have like hundreds of thousands, they think kind of like in a centralized way, like with a bank, and they're thinking like, oh, if it takes like 7 days for me to take my money out of Shibarium, or if it takes me this long to take my money, like I don't want to do that. I wouldn't do that with a bank. I wouldn't wait 7 days to take my money out of bank. So why would I do it for blockchain? Like this is kind of how
Right.
they think. It's crazy. Like,
Yeah, and
and
I think it's kind of the first step. Like you've already seen
yeah,
Polygon reach out to us and say, hey, what do you think about ZK EVMs?
yeah,
Ways that they've, sped up their technology. So I think we're going to learn
exactly.
a lot from this and,
But there's so many projects coming in and acting as pillars as well. Like I'm so
right.
excited to see where like Paul Zone, Paul Czar, what they do with their NFT marketplace and everything. That's going to be really exciting. And I'm so excited to see unification products be implemented into Shibarium and stuff. That's going to be cool too, man. So that's really going to bring, well, one is going to bring other investors in, but two, it's also just going to help support the network and make things more seamless, make projects run more fluid. It's going to be good, but it's crazy to think that we could be like on the break of, or we are on the break of like innovation, because this is literally super early, super early, and like it's what you were saying, Crypto Cream with Shibaswap. Like everyone thought at the start. I wasn't there on the very first early days of Shibaswap. I came a little bit later when it was actually working. But I remember I remember hearing stories of when it first launched, and there's so much FUD around it. It wasn't working. It was breaking down. With the staking as well, when they ran out of rewards to give for the staking, that was a huge kerfuffle as well. Oh my
Right.
God, it was a mess. But like
Failed transactions. Yeah, it was a lot of
exactly.
growing
Yeah. Oh my
pains.
God. Yeah. It was awful.
We're
But
going through that now.
look where we are now. Shibaswap is still massive. So many people trade on it all the time. So
Right.
like it just needs to be, yeah, it just needs to be more seamless. I think we'll get there. It's just gonna take time. But if we can fix these issues before we reach, the bull market, like April 2024, which is what everyone's saying because of the Bitcoin halving, then man, we have the potential to really like strike hard in 2024 for sure.
And we have the power of the SHIB army, which is huge behind us, and they're loyal. So, having that is it's going to put us ahead of a lot of these chains. So any improvement that we make is just going to be that much better. Hey, Calvin, I see your hand up.
Uh-oh. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. You mentioned great points, and Baby Ship, you asked great questions. I wanted to just simply say, like, I understand there's a lot of uncertainty, and there's a lot of reasons to have doubts. But ultimately, when people experience FUD, they go seek solutions or they go spread FUD. When people go seek solutions about Shibarium or even Shibaswap, they get their answers as quickly as possible. Maybe not in the time frame that they might want it, but they do get their answers. And regardless of anything, right? But regardless of anything, no matter what technical difficulties you may face, you gotta always remember who you with. Shib! There you go, baby.
I love it. You got the SHIB train with you, Calvin J.
That's awesome. And appreciate your thoughts here too as well, baby Shib. And thank you for coming up here, hang out here with us for a second. Lads, I see you with your hand up. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, I just got a question. What's the SHIB stuff you guys keep talking about? No, I'm just playing.
What's Shiba Fest?
Yeah, what's the Shiba Fest stuff? Yeah, hey guys, sorry I'm late. I was saying goodbye to Kirk and Chrissy. Chrissy and I just hugged for the last time till next time. And man, it's just so bittersweet. But yeah, I had an amazing time, guys, and just wanted to come up here and say hello and thank you, everyone, for everything that you guys have done. You guys made it an amazing weekend. You guys pulled through during our roughest times and got shit done, and it was just amazing. Crypto Queen, I got beef with you. You left without giving me a hug.
I know. I'm
Um,
so sorry, Andrew. I left my backpack too.
no, you didn't. Did you really?
Yeah, but Zen's Ming's gonna get it to me. I left without anything. I just had to run home. My kids were free ranging it, so
Oh wow, wow, yeah, yeah, that's understandable. Still no excuse for the hug or lack thereof. No, no, we had a great time. You missed the mess. Did you hear about the mess
No, what was the mess?
at the Airbnbs?
Oh, about the toilet?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got in on that. I moved to a hotel after that one.
Uh, Chrissy's in. Oh, you did. You were there for it, huh?
Yeah, I was.
Oh, okay. Chrissy's in the audience, and she knows all about shit flows. Yeah. Anyways, you guys are amazing. Appreciate every last one of you, and I like the title of the space up here. Uh, yeah, it was awesome, guys. I hope to see many more of you next year at Shiba Fest. There's, I always want to say that it's going to be bigger and better, but I don't know. I don't think there's ever going to be another one as good as the first one. So, because all of you made it such. So, um, I love and appreciate all of you. you, you really, I don't know. I'll never forget everything you guys did. So, thank you.
Oh, we love you, Andrew. You did an amazing job. We're so proud of all the work that you put in. I can't even imagine. Your head must have been on a swivel those days because everybody had questions coming at you right and left, and you just handled them so gracefully.
Not always so gracefully. I apologize for anybody who suffered some wrath in the moment. But yeah, I was. My head was spinning. It was a lot. It was a lot. But we got it done. Got through it. Proof of concept and building forward. I loved the camaraderie. I loved how many different communities showed up, showed out, and we had some Welly friends, we had Shib community members, we had um, we even shoot we came across a whole nother NFT collection out here in Muskegon. That actually the founder originates in Scotland, but the community was gathering here in Muskegon. And so we invited them over to meet them and blend more communities. It's just overall it was just a beautiful time. A lot of learning took place. We had an awesome metaverse booth. I see a lot of day one pictures. It was kind of a mess on day one, but day two, man, was that booth looking hot. It was looking real nice. Had the keynote running on a loop. uh, Musicians, they did an amazing job. Had musicians in the rounds where all the six musicians got up on stage and they took turns performing and introducing themselves. That was super cool. Calvin J, shout out to you. We were just reviewing highlights of the weekend, and one of my favorite highlights was when you and Fondue got up on the stage and just freaking killed it. That was amazing. So shout out to you. I love the collabs, especially crossing communities from the music NFT community to the SHIB community. It's just a beautiful thing.
Appreciate you, Andrew. Love you. See you next time.
Hey, Andrew, I was going to ask too if you wouldn't mind joining us on Tuesday night in our Welly space to just talk about kind of I guess, the lessons learned and the successes of Shiba Fest so that we can all learn if we decide to put on something like this or even on a smaller scale, kind of what to do and what not to do since you've been through it once.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you want to learn how to do a festival? Come watch us, so you learn what not to do. That's for sure. No, your space is at 10:30, correct? 10:30
No,
EST.
yeah, that's right.
I'll add it to the calendar, and I'll be there. So,
Awesome. Thank
yeah,
you.
no, got some trees in the ground. Didn't get all the trees in the ground, but we'll be back out there. We got a few other musicians that will be coming back to plant their tree in the ground, and yeah, it was beautiful. We just, there was a lot of fun to be had. So we couldn't fit everything into the 2 days. Originally, it was supposed to be 5 days, and so we just kind of crammed things in there. It worked. It worked. But we learned a lot, so we can go bigger and better next time. So again, thank you guys, and I look forward to seeing all the pictures and listening to all the spaces. I'm gonna listen to every last one of them, and all even the live feed. I know there was trouble with the live feed both days. Apologies for that. We do have something in the works to reward everybody who minted the live feed. So that way we can make sure that they get the full show, the parts that were missed in the live feed. So yeah, we'll definitely hook you guys up, and yeah, we learned a lot. So if you want to learn what to do and what not to do, I guess join me on Welly's space Tuesday night.
Don't let him fool you, you guys. It was amazing.
It was amazing. It was.
It was.
Chrissy, we're driving away from each other, and I don't like it. I
I
don't
don't
like it at
either.
all.
It was so much fun. Calvin J, Crypto Queen, good to see you in the PFP way again. Miss having your bodies close to give you a hug, though, I will say. And I want to give a big old shout out to Daniel down there in Sheba Soaps and Scrubs. I thought you were going to be there this morning, so I was disappointed. Didn't get my coffee. But he was such a trooper and just an amazing community member as far as keeping us all fed, making sure that we had morning coffee, making sure that the bees were all fed and kept, stayed around us. That was the bad part. But donuts, coffees, breakfast sandwiches, he was the man. And I'm really upset that you were gone when I got there this morning because I didn't get my soap. I plan on getting that from you today. So we need to talk about that. But no, you guys, Crypto Queen, Calvin, Cabby, it was
Wow.
so much fun spending time with you guys. It was.
Love your
Thank you so
community.
much.
Let's keep our community safe for all of us. Sorry for butting in. I put my hand up. It went straight in. We are all part of a great community. Let's keep it going. Keep it safe. We are all Ryoshi. Have a blessed
I
day.
am. I am Ryoshi.
Yes. Yeah.
Let's
Appreciate
freaking
you.
grow.
Oh, Monkey's down. Monkey B down there too. She has been my ride everywhere. She's been amazing. I didn't know that she was in this space, and she's actually driving me back to the hotel now. She's been. If anybody needs a chauffeur, just give a call to Monkey B. She can get you from A to B, no problem. She's been great. But Andrew, don't ever say, I don't ever want to hear you say anything was wrong. I mean, yeah, there was ups, there was downs, there was issues to fix, but that's going to be with anything. I mean, you can't plan it perfectly, but you did plan it perfectly. Things are going to go wrong. But, oh yeah, we have stupid stories to tell, like the toilets and the toilet paper
Stupid.
and the
Yes,
bees.
stupid stories. Those are the best. And it was perfectly imperfect. Like, okay, so if you know Violetta Zeroni, she has this song called Sugar. I like to sing it a little bit every now and then when things just are not perfect, because nothing can be perfect. It's just perfectly imperfect. So, yeah, I do want to take a moment to do a few more shout outs. I see some other wonderful people in the room that help greatly just pull things together. Like John Hammer, shout out to you. Monkey B, shout out to you. Shayla, oh, you are a queen yourself. You keep us together for real. Gabby and Daniel, again, another shout out for you because, man, yeah, you even kept the bees fed. Thank you. I appreciate you being so kind, so humble, such a great individual representing WABC. Shiba Soaks and Scrubs, the Shib community, the Shiba Sequoia Forest. You represented well, man.
Tutti
And
frutti women.
yeah, Tutti Frutti
Don't.
Women,
Yeah.
Octopussy Gang. I mean, come on now. You showed up, showed out for all of us, so many of us. And thank
You
you for
did.
celebrating your birthday with us.
You
Thank
even
you.
gave us all sweatshirts when we were freezing to death that first night. Thank you, Daniel. That
Yes,
was awesome.
yes. Thank you.
Well, that's beautiful to see, lad. I don't think you were here on the space earlier, but I, inspired by Calvin J, came up with something called official community projects, and you are the esteemed first on that list. There, along with a few others. I don't want to miss anybody else, so I'm not gonna shout those out again. But appreciate you all, and thank you for taking the time out. I know you're probably tired, according to that picture I'm seeing here by Cryptocracy. And everything. And yeah, it's just been a beautiful thing here. Think, let's see here. Think Crypto 2.0. I know you've been patiently waiting here. We're doing a little promptu two here tonight with Shiba Fest going on, but appreciate you coming up. What's your thoughts?
Oh, wicked man! I just love joining you guys in your space, man. Like listening to what you guys got to say. You know what? It's just awesome, man. I just wanted to say hello to you guys. That's all, man. You're doing an awesome job. You guys are fantastic. I pressed the
Oh,
button
thank
by
you.
accident, so just mind me, right? I'm just listening to you guys.
Oh, thank you.
Right.
You press that button by accident anytime.
Yeah, but you guys are so amazing. So thank you for letting me in.
Well, thank you for coming up, man. We appreciate you. And yeah, we do this every Sunday night, so feel free to come back and, you know,
Always,
yeah,
always keep it real, man. I'm telling you, you guys are fucking awesome. Thank you.
hey, no problem, man. Thank you. You're effing awesome. Uh, Here, I'll send you a follow. Please kindly do that in return with
Well,
everything and kind of keep up with us. And, just follow everybody up here with a mic and then some. There's a lot of beautiful people out in the crowd I recommend following too as well. But yeah, it's
legend.
yeah, just stuff that we try to do here on a weekly basis and go from there. So yeah, appreciate you so much for stopping up. And if you want to hang out here with us while we talk a little recap and sheep this week.
Absolutely, man. You guys carry on. I'm all ears.
All right, no doubt.
Legend. Cheers. Thanks.
Thank you, lad. I see you back with your hand up. Go ahead with your thought.
Yeah, I just wanted to comment real quick on this picture that Chrissy shared. Keep driving the opposite direction, Chrissy. Um, no, I can't. I can't believe she did that. I passed out mid conversation. Like literally, I was talking. I remember talking, and then I was just asleep. I can't believe you did that, Chrissy. But whatever. This will be my final thought, and I'll let you guys be. I'll just listen in here because I am quite exhausted. It's been go, go, go. But yeah, again, I love and appreciate all of you and look forward to growing more as a community. And like Ox was saying, safely, moving forward with those are safe and will lead you down the right path. We took a long walk through the Shiba Sequoia Forest this weekend and really got to know a lot of wonderful community members that we can safely grow with. And I look forward to the future of the forest and the Shib ecosystem paired with the music NFT community. So shout out to all of you and love you guys greatly.
Love you too as well, lad, and appreciate you taking a moment here again to come up and. Yeah, that picture was hilarious. I was telling them earlier before you got on. I was like, well, I was sitting here thinking, which picture should I start off with? Because these are all so pretty cool moments. And when I saw that one earlier, I was like, ding, ding, ding. That's the one. So, yeah, but it's a testament and a badge of honor to everything. And from a sports background, we call it we call it leaving it all on the field, and that's just a representation of you doing so. So, yeah, thank you so much, and taking a moment to come out here tonight, and I appreciate you 1,000,000%. X, I see you with your hand up. Go ahead.
I just want to say thank you to all the community that's keeping us safe. That's what we're building on. And I hope we could just build more bricks and keep all our communities safe for more times. That's it. I just wanted to give a good shout out to all of y'all.
Yes, absolutely. Safety is definitely important, online and off, with everything, and beautiful thoughts, and appreciate you giving that for us here too as well. So, and thank you for coming back up so much. Appreciate you.
Thank you. Y'all have a blessed evening.
Thank you, you as well.
All right.
Uh, no problem. Sheba Soaps and Scrubs. I see you with your hand up. Go ahead with your thoughts.
Oh my lord. Where to begin? It was absolutely amazing. The in real life meetup was it was beyond what I imagined. Um, the just knowing everybody by a PFP, a voice. Now you can put it to a face, and just everybody was absolutely amazing. So I had to do my part. I got to feed the family. CM Hammer did it on uh, on the Thursday, and I had to just keep it going. Is for the family. So, and I did stay there until I got my coffee, Chrissy, and then I'm still in Ohio somewhere, and I've got 8.5 hours left to drive. So it's gonna be a long night.
Hey, sweetie, have you heard of a thing called an aeroplane? AIRPLANE. It would have been a lot faster trip for you, but you be safe because, yeah, you're amazing. Yeah, CM, are you kidding me? He's a cooking monster. He is the cookie monster. Yeah.
He was making euros, and chicken shawarma for us also. So yeah,
Yeah, he just
he's
steps
in.
into the food trucks and starts helping everybody cook, right? Yeah, I heard that about that today. And I was eating leftovers from Thursday night today too. We stopped off at one of the Airbnb, and we were chowing this afternoon for lunch on the leftover pasta salad and all that stuff. Yeah, it was great. And then that's where if you're paying attention out there on Twitter, I got a I got a little snapshot of Andrew taking a little nappy wappy out on the patio. He wasn't too happy about that. Uh, but a moment in time. And then hopefully I have a video. I took a lot of videos, but there is a video, Mike Bass. I asked him to sing Hallelujah before he left. And I just figured it'd be this little campfire song, And instead he stands there right next to me singing Hallelujah in the most incredible way, and wasn't a dry eye by the time he was done. And I'm hoping I can share that somehow, some way with all of you in the community because it just shows the talent and um, it just blew my mind. And I hope I can share that with everybody. I'll get it to Andrew as soon as I can. Shelby said that she's going to help me learn how to figure out how to share all that because everything is too long. Coach, I did a special recording for you. Have not forgotten about that. But the artists were amazing. Andrew was amazing. He really is, you guys. If you haven't met him IRL and never get the opportunity, go give the man a hug. He's, uh, there's a lot of people that talk big, in this space and tell you that they believe in something. But Andrew's the real deal, guys. He truly believes in the Sequoia Project and everything that he's doing to make our planet better. And it's just wonderful to see him work and how he is with people, and people are drawn to him because he's so passionate and he believes in what he's doing so much that people can feel that. They feel that from you, Andrew. I'm so proud of you, man. It was a great Sheba Fest, and I can't wait to see you next year.
Oh, it'll make me cry. I can't wait till I see you guys next year too. And thank you You guys are the best, for real. You guys are the best, and yeah, no, it was it was really heartwarming. We had people stop by just to grab trees. Like I know that doesn't sound like a big deal, but like here we are, we've got a festival, we're merging all these communities, and people are coming out to buy trees, specifically for that. And that right there is the goal, is to raise awareness for these trees. And I say in the Shiba Sequoia forest, we've got three pillars. We've got community, we've got tree preservation, and we've got independent music and independent art. Those are the three pillars, and we build on the foundation of the SHIB ecosystem. And to see that the communities and the foundation and the pillars are coming together to work together for the preservation of these trees, that is what it's about. It just is. It's amazing. So, thank you all again. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, can't say it enough. It's just been a beautiful thing. Now that your co-defendant is up here, Gabby, lads, did you have any thoughts that you wanted to chime in with us?
Yeah, just to reiterate what Andrew said, it was a great event, and just having community members come out and support their local community. Again, Andrew, maybe you can speak to this about the guy David who actually worked for Archangel Ancient Tree Archive, and how supportive he was of you and wanting to collab with you. Futuristically, people in the same community, working and doing the same thing, and how there's just enough room for everybody. Everybody can come in and kind of share in the moving forward together to make everyone successful in a community. I thought was, amazing.
That was absolutely amazing, and then to have three to be able to meet three other community members, that David has left a mark on their heart, to encourage them to grow giant sequoia trees. I mean, these community members, I guess they stepped into Dave's life about the same time, and they acquired some trees from him as well, and they're coming out to me to learn how to clone the trees that they received. And that's just a beautiful thing to be able to find others with the same passion within the community. And Shiba Fest brought the tree preservation communities together with our ecosystem that we're building here. And it's just a beautiful thing. I've discovered that there are quite a few more giant sequoia trees planted in the area, from having this festival. It brought a lot of people out to discuss it, and we're all going to be working together here. Gabby has a list of these individuals, so we can follow up with each other and collaborate on tree plantings and preservation. So, yeah, we got some hands up, so I'm gonna stop now.
Andrew, I got a quick question for you before you go. I was making little tree care packages with your son for, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes before I realized that was your son, Landon. He's a really cool guy. You should be really proud of him. And I had a question. What are you
Thank
going to
you.
do with the trees?
The leftover trees.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll continue to sell them. I don't have a total count, but it looks like maybe there's like 100 left. And I guess we can use them for Shiba Plant a Tree Month, which is coming up in October. It'll be our second annual Shiba Plant a Tree Month. I've got 2 tree plantings on the books already that I worked out this morning, which is super cool that these people saw the news articles, then they reached out and they want to have tree plantings. One's a K through 5 education group. I forget exactly what they do, but they would like us out there to educate the kids on trees and take part in Shiba Plant a Tree Month. So we've got that on the books, and second tree planting on the books with a whole nother community. So it's super cool. 2 years in the making, and it's starting to take off. It's amazing. And thank you, Crypto Queen, for working with Landon. And yeah, a lot of people didn't realize that was my son. But yeah, he's taller than me now, and some people
We
were
should
like, "Oh, I thought he was your brother."
we should have realized he looks just like you, but he's a sweet guy. Chrissy, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna give you a shout out too, because I mean, you're in here, you're talking, so we're like talking about everybody else, but you came out and worked your butt off, and that was really appreciated. I'm sorry that you had to leave early, and I did want to, since there's several people in here that are in the Wellies community as well, to let you know that Shib Lord did show up representing. He showed up in his Wellies t-shirt. So there was Wellies representation as well, you guys. I just thought that was kind of cool. He showed up at Shiba Fest with his Wellies shirt. So you do
He
have
did.
community out there that are representing the Wellies, and I was really happy to see that. So I just thought that was kind of cool. Just wanted to let the Wellies people in here know that he did that. So it was kind of neat, I thought.
Yeah, that's how I recognized him. I was like, oh my gosh, that is Shiblord. So cool to see Welly shirts out there. We were talking at a space this morning or earlier today about how we can't wait to see more Welly shirts. Just everywhere you go, there'll be Welly shirts, and just what a proud moment that is, knowing you're a part of it from the beginning. So super cool.
Yeah, next year we'll have to coordinate a little bit better as far as representing all the communities. I appreciate those who came through who were with Wellies, because it did open more conversation and allow better understanding for our local community as far as why I want to bring Wellies here. And we have a.
Andrew, they
Go
could have
ahead,
they could
Chrissy.
have had a tent up, a Wellies tent up, and serve food and stuff. I mean, they could have been there representing. So let's do that next year, you guys. I mean, it's an opportunity for you guys to talk about Wellies, have people try some of the food that you guys are wanting to share with the world. There's lots of opportunity, and there was news crews out there. It wasn't like it was
Yeah,
just a nothing event. We had news people out there. They were doing interviews. Hell, they interviewed Calvin J. So it
yeah.
was,
I know
and
Andrew
I'm like,
talked
talk
to
about Web
them.
three. I'm like, talk about Web three. So
Yeah, Andrew has definitely reached out to Welly Team on numerous times to try to arrange that. I think it's just kind of tricky timing right now with them trying to get the first store online and going to all these different NFT events. But next year, for sure, we have to make it happen.
We have to make a food truck happen. That I think is everybody loves their food trucks out here. That's why it was so difficult to find some for Shiba Fest because
they fought,
they're
fighting over the
yeah.
spot. They were fighting over the spot. That's that truth of it, Andrew. Say it. They were
They
selfish.
were fighting over the spots. Yeah, I get it. Okay, I won't sugarcoat it. We wanted variety. They wanted exclusivity, and so we ended up with a very solid food truck. But we've got an idea for next year,
Just buy one of
and
them.
well, yeah, we're thinking for each one of the communities to have a different food truck for a different variety. So we would love to have, work it out to have a Wellies truck there. And yeah, I didn't think it was too much to ask for variety, three to five food trucks, but they like exclusivity, I guess. And um, yeah, they kind of fought over the spot, and they literally fought over
And they
it.
lost out too, because if there'd been a taco truck there, we would have still been eating off the pita truck because their food was amazing. So don't think that the food that truck that you got was bad. It was great food. I mean, it was
Oh, it
really
was
really
amazing.
really good. But I mean, a taco truck, they could have made a killing out there. I mean, all these people are out there. They're shake and bake, man. It's like what the hell? Everybody would have been having a taco and a euro. So, or the falafel balls. Daniel, don't ever do that to me again, dude. Just don't ever. Do not. I don't trust you now. Not anymore. Not after that. Mm-mm. Bring me Tim Hortons. Screw the falafel balls. That was disgusting. Just saying. You tricked me.
Chrissy, you're hilarious.
No, not really. I just speak of the truth.
Yeah, I love live spaces. Yeah, it's just overall though a beautiful thing, and I think, don't quote me. I was listening to the Welly space earlier too. There was some not only what you had mentioned, Crypto Queen, but there's always some licensing, and you are serving food to the public, and state by state might have different criteria in terms of how that happens in real life. But yeah. Hopefully, this year moving forward, things will be different, and we can check off those boxes. So, yeah, I think just overall, though, hopefully the community as a whole grows, and food trucks are the result of that issue. With everything. So yeah, such a beautiful thing here. Real quick, I just want to do some shots out. Sheep Dream, I see you in the room. Jeremy X, No One, Ad Rock, MJC. Let's see here. I'm just shouting out all the new people I see here. Johnson Turner. Johnson Turner, appreciate you. Monkey B, thank you for coming through. Too as well. Blackbeard. Let's see here. Cisco Sheeb, John Michael Hammer, Ant. Oh, I'm sorry, man. My spaces is running slow here today. Ant Cookies, Jay Shib, Banashi, Nakamoto. Appreciate you coming through, as well as Eddie Fasthouse. Thank you so much. Beta Phineas. No, I did not probably pronounce that correctly. Your name is in a different language, so I'm gonna shout out AM 646 and a few other numbers. Appreciate you coming through too as well. Rug Pool and Freddie Giria. Hope I pronounced that last name somewhat correctly, but appreciate you nonetheless. With everybody else too as well that's been hanging in here with us, and everybody that's kind of I've seen kind of in and out here the space this evening. So thank you so much. And Baby Shib, I know you've been hanging in there earlier too. Thank you for coming up here too once again, as well as some of our other speakers that were up here too with everything. Yeah, it's I don't know. Again, my brain's been pretty much work, a little bit of Shiba Fest. I've read pretty much all the articles and everything. Calvin J, I see we might have just lost him to Crypto Queen here too as well. Do you want to keep it going with a little bit more of the Shiba Fest? You want to get into some news? What are you thinking, Crypto Queen?
I think we're good with news if you guys are ready. Andrew, you have go ahead.
I am ready. I just one more thought. I want to apologize to anybody I haven't been able to get to their messages. I saw that Shib Dream wrote an article and I haven't had an opportunity to read it. So shout out to Shib Dream. I greatly appreciate that. I'll be following up with people over the next few days. So if I haven't gotten your message, it was intentional. There's just a lot to go through. And so I'll get through it over the next couple of days. I'm not ignoring you guys, I promise. I'll get to it. And yeah, so follow Shib Dream and check out that article that he wrote. I'm gonna do the same here shortly. I gotta go pick Landon up. I guess he's over at his friend's. He just texted me, so I'm gonna dip out of here and go grab him, and then relax a little bit. So again, much love. Appreciate all of you.
Thank you and appreciate you. Gavin, did you have any thoughts for the lab before you left?
I just wanted to say you did an absolute awesome, amazing job, Andrew. Kudos goes out to all the community members in here, everybody who came together to make it happen. So, Andrew, yes, rest is needed. A sigh of relief. I know it's a sigh of relief. It felt really good. Crypto Chrissy, it's good to have you up here, and as she was up here speaking to us. So, yeah, great job. Well done. 2024. Let's grow.
Let's grow.
Absolutely, lad. I know you got to go, so I'm just gonna say CC me on that one. We've nominated Gabby for president, by the way, and Yeah, you should go back and listen to the speech you did earlier. It was beautiful on your behalf. But yeah, I appreciate you 1,000,000%. Thank you for stopping through. Go rest up, man, and we look forward to hearing more from you throughout the week and seeing some more things that were going on. Hopefully, you guys have documented this enough where we can get the performances up on YouTube or something like that, so we can kind of check out the recap on the festival. But if not, we'll roll with what we got and go from there. But nonetheless, get some rest. Thank you so much. God bless. All right, I just realized I just put myself on mute. It's Spaces, it's live. It's one of those nights, too, as well. Before I get to the news, Coach George, I do see you over here. Go ahead with your thoughts, sir.
I appreciate it. I'm just going to pop up and then drop back down. A lot of you may not understand, maybe you do, the magnitude of what Shiba Fest has done here. And you say, oh, there's this couple hundred people there, what have you. Um, the Web, and this is just not financial advice, but the Web3 music is a revolution that, in my opinion, is going to be huge in the crypto space and in Web3 itself. And realistically, the top musicians in the Web3 space are some of the most successful people. I mean, you look at Violetta's OpenSea account has $600,000 worth of sales in the last 2 years, right? So this bridge is just that's a bridge that these people just got exposed to Shib, and bringing that industry, which is I think revolutionary, uh, and getting that kind of exposure through that brings a lot of people. Will bring a lot of people to Shib that are here for the music. So Andrew, the magnitude of what you've done working over a year and a half for Shib um, has long term dividends, in my opinion, not financial advice. Peace out.
Peace out, coach.
Thank you, Coach. Appreciate you, man. Hey, one last shout out. Shout out to everybody who held the fort down here on Twitter, and Discord, in the live streams, hypeshot.io. Shout out to all of you guys. You guys are freaking amazing. I can't express my gratitude more. You guys are amazing. We did it. We, not me. We, not me. Shout out to Calvin J for wearing that shirt up on stage, representing Shib Co-op. We, not me. Hashtag that. Love you guys.
Love you too, Andrew.
Much love, Andrew lads. Peace out, Coach. Thank you, everybody.
Love you,
Here
love.
too as
Love you,
well.
kid.
Beautiful to see. Yeah, it's just been a wonderful experience. Again, sorry, not sorry if you got to listen for Street News tonight. This is probably the biggest thing for me this weekend, with everything going on here too. Blog, which we talked about earlier, was up there, but yeah, Shiba Fest is the talk of the town this evening, with everything. So yeah, just beautiful to see. Here to go. Crypto Queen, I think I don't know, it's me and you tonight. You give some thoughts, I give some thoughts, we'll go from there. But I think we'll skip the
We
world
got it.
news. Yeah, but even gosh, I tell y'all, we could
Do
have
you
probably
want
did
to
a space. Go ahead.
go ahead?
No, go ahead.
I was just going to say, do we want to cover the grayscale and the and the commodities thing because it was such a big impact on the market, and then move on to SHIB?
Go ahead.
Okay. So this week we had two, major regulatory, accomplished achievements that helped crypto as a whole. We had the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust secured a second landmark win for the crypto industry against the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC. I'm going to read a little bit of this just because it's so important. I don't want to miss anything. But a federal court ruled last Tuesday that the SEC must review its rejection of Grayscale's attempt to convert the trust into an exchange traded fund. And so the ruling likely clears the path for a spot Bitcoin ETF and increases the chance that the SEC might approve all the current applications together. Now, this was later delayed as far as the timing of this ETF approval, but still, it was a big win for the industry, crypto industry as a whole. Um, so we had that kind of gave a little boost to the market. And then on August the 30th, we had a United States District Court's judge called Ether a commodity in her dismissal of a class action lawsuit against the DeFi exchange Uniswap. It said the order of the case brought by Uniswap users who claim they lost money due to scam tokens on the exchange. Um, in this, Judge Catherine Polk wrote that ETH and Bitcoin were crypto commodities, which is great news for us that it's not classified as a security by this judge. The distinction was also part of her reasoning for dismissing the case. She said that she wasn't convinced by an argument that Uniswap's token sales were subject to the Exchange Act. And interestingly, this is the same judge that's overseeing the SEC lawsuit against Coinbase. She's also had other previous experience in overseeing crypto cases in the past, including one involving Tether and Bitfinex. So, of course, SEC Chair Gary Gensler, who we all love, once claimed that everything other than Bitcoin is a security under his agency's remit. So this went, against that ruling. And this court is one step away from the U.S. Supreme Court. So it says, however, U.S. lawmakers are yet to decide how the SEC or the CFTC will be handed authority over crypto. But anyway, two wins that gave us a boost to the market and hopefully cleared the way for an ETF to be approved later this year or next year. So exciting stuff in world news.
Absolutely. About the only thing I had to add to that was J.P. Morgan saying, the SEC might be forced to do it. I don't know. I don't know if I'm bullish on that part.
Yeah, true. Anytime JP
Like,
Morgan. So
yeah, you said it. Now we didn't put the. That's like when your mom tells you not to do something when you leave in the house and you do it anyway, and then something happens and you was like, well, yeah, should listen to mom.
yeah,
Like,
like
oh
the
no,
inverse
J.P.
Kramer
Morgan is,
index.
yeah, exactly. Like, oh no, J.P. Morgan said they got me forced. Now the SEC might just sit there and read that article and be like, no, I don't have to be forced to do nothing.
Yeah, and after that, they had some people calling for Gary's resignation. So who knows? I think that was Anthony Scaramucci. So who knows if that will ever happen? But I think they're, not everyone's happy with the SEC at the moment.
Yeah, but on a serious note, beautiful. I think Grayscale is huge. I do think the ETF. I'm sorry, ETH and the other one not being declared a security but a commodity in that fashion, and it seems I don't know the other department too that runs that one. I can't name it off the top of my head, but it's a different division, not the SEC. Seems to be a little more crypto friendly, but then they turn around and sue Binance too. So I don't know.
Yeah, I think it was
There's
the
some,
Commodities Futures Trading Commission. Is that what you're
there
thinking?
you go. Yeah, the CTFC. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
That's all I got. I kept thinking letters or something. I knew it stood for something. But yeah, it's that's why we don't do financial advice here, folks. But it's yeah, overall, good news. Steps in the right directions, and it seems now the legal decisions are starting to formulate some options too. So yeah, we'll see how our branches of government are working and interacting with this as it is moving forward. But we will take those court wins now. Don't let me lie. That's my thoughts on that. Did you have
All
anything
right.
else you would add in regards to world news?
I don't think so. No, I think everything else is SHIB related.
Only other thing I wanted to add, just one I caught recently. I believe China, speaking of courts, had. I'm sorry, I'm going through like 18 things. Like the list isn't right up here. But China going to court and declaring um, crypto is a legal property protected by law, which I found really interesting. Due to, for example, a president, being the same president for decades versus different ones getting elected. I don't know how to take that. They banned crypto in 21. So yeah, it's interesting to see that one moving forward. Let's see here. Speaking of that, what we were talking about earlier, the SEC did delay BlackRock's spot ETF decision there too as well. Also thought, let's see here. Oh, speaking of, we're right here on the platform. Yeah, Twitter X obtains license for crypto payments. So we'll see how that is moving forward. The one you talked about too, the Zingo crypto wallet launched a legacy transfer for beneficiaries. I thought was really interesting too. And then let's see here. We'll get in a little bit of this on the sheep side related, but Arkham did ID Robinhood as the fifth largest ETH holder at 2.5 billion. I think one of the bigger ones at 3.3 billion with Bitcoin too as well. So we'll do that one. And then just from a troll note, don't let me lie. Bitcoin got fired. BitBoy, I should say, got fired from his company, BitBoy Crypto. Big shouts out to Watcher Guru for that one. Of course, out of called out who he thought was Ryoshi, even though the person that he called out did deny that assumption. I guess you'll say there, of course, not financial advice. I'm just telling you information, by the way, in terms of Bitcoin. But I did find what would be interesting if you're firing somebody from BitBoy Crypto, who do you replace them with? Just a thought. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, that one too. So that kind of wraps up everything that I saw here that just was on my mind in regards to the world news. So we'll move forward, I guess.
Yeah,
All
yeah,
right.
you're right. There were several things that the X obtained their required license for the crypto payments. That's kind of cool to see how they'll use that. It's still uncertain if Elon will let X provide cryptocurrency. At first, some people said there may be an X coin, but I think that was kind of debunked. And he said that he's already stated that X will never launch his own crypto. But yeah, will allow X to store, transfer, and exchange digital assets on behalf of its users. So just one step further in global adoption.
Yeah, I could, for the most part, seeing it starting off with the usual suspects. I'll put it that way. Yeah, and then
Yeah.
going from there. That infamous little 5 or 6 everybody likes to start off and roll out with. But I'm pretty sure the demand for sheep will be high on Twitter. I'll put it that way. And we've persuaded platforms to list us in the past. So we'll see how that
Right,
goes.
persuaded.
We've
And the
encouraged
SHIB
that,
army
those
is
actions.
quite loud, aren't we?
We kicked in some doorsteps and said, list us. Yeah.
When Twitter.
Absolutely. Yeah. And very documented. Speaking of that, big shouts out to at Cheggy19, our official artist. Also run a beautiful campaign with Japanese exchanges. 3 have been listed since that campaign has been started. Big shouts out to them again, shibarmy.co. I don't think you're in the room earlier when we talked about you. Also, I posted this up here for you too, as well as Shiba Bling. But make sure you check out the Sheet Recap shirts there, as well as Crypto Nico G site too. And then, yeah, the co-op and everybody else, we appreciate you 1,000,000% with everything and everybody behind the scenes, your Crypto Nicks, your She Believe, aka Julie the Cats, of course, Lads and Shayla, and everybody out there that gives us a tremendous amount of information. Too many to name at this point. Getting tagged from all types of places, and we get information from everywhere right now online. And I shouldn't say online, but here from Twitter, from all types of outlets and individuals and that type of thing too. So salute to the entire community. I'll put it that way. Again, Shiba Fest trends worldwide. I should post that up here too. That was so beautiful to see. Shouts out to BPP once again for that one, and the lads and everybody for taking a little moment out here this evening. We read the call, I should say, blog, the Rap Bone plus more earlier. Big shouts out to Sonu for bringing that one to my attention. Scaling, the final update, I think that was like real early in the week. I might scroll back down and post that up here for y'all to catch that one. I don't know if I'm gonna go back through that one or not, because we've kind of since moved on from there in actual releases. And speaking of that, I believe it was on the 27th that Shibarium did go live again with everything. Shatashi and Cal, speaking of them, did thank the Polygon team. Big shouts out to Calvin J. Shatashi, the Wefbone contract, Shibaswap projects. We kind of went through that a little bit earlier. Again, appreciate Baby Ship coming up, but this one was courtesy of Crypto Nick. Shatashi updates the Shibaswap Wefbone contract. Shibarium, 19 million bone, 369,000 transactions, 66,000 wallets. That was at the time of the 27th. I'm going to check today. That's why I'm bringing that out. Engineer practical test validates Shibarium bridge. Big shouts out to Crypto Queen. Shibarium, how to withdraw assets to Ethereum. Crypto Queen. Again, Crypto Archangel, I believe is his name here on Twitter. Hit me up if you don't know who he is. I think I'll share up a video, but putting out a ton of videos, I can't keep up with them all. But some how-tos on how to do that and that type of thing there too. Of course, always do your own research and to ask questions if you need more additional information, or if you run into a problem. I'm pretty sure the Discord has some kind of official ticket you can put in for a question there before you make a move. Keep your funds filled. Shibarium, let's see here. Unstaked Shiba swap to Shibarium. Lucy explains. Shibarium total lot volume locked, I should say, past 1.3 million. Big shouts out to Rogs. That was earlier in the week. I don't have a date. I'm sorry. I can't pronounce his name on Twitter, but the Polygon founder gave a shout out to Shibarium. Big shouts out to Shanu for that one. Why Shib not up after developments? Lucy Shib had a couple thoughts on that one. Big shout out to Crypto Queen. Sheep burn. Disclaimer from the bus in regards to Shibarium. I thought this was interesting. I think I'll go grab that one for you. Welly Friends, countdown to Welly Bites. I believe that's going down on the 12th. Big shouts out to the recap channel for that one. Welly Friends going to South Korea for Blockchain Week, I believe from the 5th through the 10th of September. Big shout out to Crypto Queen there. Jay Richmond's flag store to open in Malaysia, I believe. Shout out, she brought us that one. Shiba Eternity, the ultimate tournament was on the 12th. Big shout out to ShibaArmy.co for that article. BitGet wallet can use Shibarium. You can use Shibarium with the BitGet wallet, I should say now. There's a little tutorial, I should say, with that. Big shouts out to the bus. Also, speaking of the bus, ShibariumScan.io. I just call it the puppy scan makeover. That was pretty cool in terms of its look and everything now. Shibarium stake your bone via Coinbase wallet. Jolt put this one up. She had a screenshot of everything. I haven't tested it out. Don't quote me with that one, but I think some people were talking about earlier adoption, everything like that. So keep your eye out for those developments. Coin Rabbit loans to list leash. I think they were just kind of putting that feeler out there, but I'm pretty sure they're about to list them. But until it's official, I won't say so. But big shouts out to BPP. Also, they are working on Shibarium. Big shouts out to Sheep Kind and Joke for that information there too. They kind of collabed and put the pressure to them and they answered, so that was cool. BitPay made a deal with Arculus Cold Wallet. They're NASDAQ listed, so you can buy your Sheep. You can use your Shib to buy a cold wallet, is basically what the article reads. And I thought that was pretty cool. Shib, I don't know if it's available on this wallet, which was a different story. But again, this was through BitPay. But you can at least pay with Shib to get this cold wallet. So you can pay with crypto to get your cold wallet, which is pretty cool. Along with other ones, obviously, with it being BitPay. But that list is short. Shib beats Bitcoin, ETH, Doge in a 24-hour chart. That was on the 29th. BitMEX, 2 perpetual listings for Shib with UST and USD pair, I believe. That was via Shib token. They also turned around and did a perpetual listing for Bone. And big shouts out to Crypto Light for that information. So BitMEX, 2 perpetual listings there for Sheep and Bone. OK Coin Japan, I should say, adds Polygon support for Sheep and DAI, which I believe is a stable coin. Robinhood adds 14 trillion Sheep, now holds 34 trillion total. I think 5th largest holder. Don't quote me. Pretty sure though. Big shouts out to Infinite on that. Change Now, I believe a subsidiary of Now Payments, but Change Now _IO on and off ramp. You're bad. That's from Bad Idea. Big shouts out to Lucy. Pondex, do your own research. Trust me on that one. Ask questions. But Pondex, she won a poll. Pondex, I believe, .io. I had it shortened here, but they've got a DEX, should be listed on there soon. They were asking who should be next on theirs. Sheburn, estimated estimates from Shibarium in terms of that one too as well. Big shout out to the bus. I think we've had some rough calculations and guesses here with everything. But also speaking of Sheburn, 5.7 trillion. She were burned in 763 transactions, month of August 2023. Big shouts out to Lucy for that one. I think the article set it as a record. Might be so if Talit Biturn's burn did not exist. But I think if you're talking outside of that obvious one, probably the largest I've heard in a 1 month span so far myself. Yeah. With that one. But nonetheless, 5.7 trillion burn. This week, 464 million plus Sheep burn and 88 transactions. Big shouts out to the burn Captain Calvin J there. Binance users to lose Sheep access trading pairs. Interesting story on this one. With that one, it's not quite as bad as it sounds, but yeah, it's different. Also, forgot to mention this one in world news. Binance is considering leaving the Russian market. That's on the table. Big shouts out to Crypto Queen on that one. But yeah, that's the Sheep news here for this week. Crypto Queen, did you have any thoughts going on that?
Yeah, just going into some details on a few of these. This analysis was done by the bus. I thought this was really great. It talks about, how the first bone from I guess transactions on Shibarium won't be released until we get $25,000 worth of bone. So as of 3 days ago, we were at $5,521. So we still need, quite a bit of transactions, but we're about a little over 1/5 of the way needed to reach 25,000. So thank you, Bus, for that analysis. I'm sure it's changed a little bit right now. And then some frequently asked questions about Shibaswap and staking by Lucy. It says, is it necessary to unstake on Shibaswap? That if you're planning to transition to Shibarium, yes, you'll have to transfer your tokens using the bridge, and she gives the website for the Shib.io Shibarium bridge. Now, should you make the move? And it says, while Shibaswap 2 isn't active yet, it's crucial to conduct thorough research before using other dApps. An important question, are you a bone holder? If so, take time to learn about delegation before making a decision. If you're keen on delegating but your bone is buried in Shibaswap, no worries. Here's what to do. Unstake, visit the Shibarium page, shibarium.shib.io, and delegate to your preferred validator. And she says at present, rewards are more favorable on Shibarium compared to Shibaswap. So again, like we were talking about earlier, just giving the other platforms a chance to get some of that business before Shibaswap 2.0 comes out, ensuring decentralization. So um, another thing, I won't go over this in detail because it's pretty complex, but there's an article that I pinned in the Nest. If you'll check that out, it's by the Crypto Basic, and it talks about Shiba Inu team unveils how to withdraw assets from Shibarium to Ethereum. So it's step-by-step instructions on how to do that. So definitely check that out. Encourage you guys to find people that have already done it that can show you how to do it, because it's a lot easier if you see it one time done by somebody that you trust. Big shout out to No One down in the audience. He gave us at Welly a little tutorial last week, and that was really helpful to me because I really have to see it done to understand it. And then the total value locked in Shibarium surpasses 1.3 million. This was as of August 30th, so a little bit old on the numbers, but the total value locked is the measures the amount of crypto deposited into smart contracts on a blockchain. So it's kind of a measure of the strength of your blockchain or how many people are using it. When users stake their crypto assets, they lock them up in decentralized platform for rewards. So it's talking about here, and some of these I've never heard of, but uh, the total value locked on Shibarium includes Dog Swap, Mars Swap, Woof Swap, Shibex, Leet Swap, and Choco Inu. So do your own research, please, on those. I'm just reading the article. And it said among the six, Dog Swap commanded the largest share of the total volume locked on Shibarium. And it said the DEX has 737,000 staked to Shibarium, but it's still compared to total value locked on all dexes, we're still, just a small number. So a lot of room to grow. I think less than 1% of the global total value locked. So I thought that was a pretty cool article to see where we were. And I'll go back to you, Bender.
Thank you, Crypto Queen. I appreciate you there. I've just added a couple things up here too while you were talking. And I thank you for going through with that one and everything. I'm not going to be long here, y'all. My brain is on Shiba Fest, Labor Day weekend. It is what it is. We might go back a little bit more in depth next week here. Let me see. Oh, first off, let me pull up. Oh, and before I forget, for those that don't know, I usually shout out Haley High Def here every week. Crypto Queen, do you know Haley High Def by chance?
Just the name. I've never met her in a space, I don't believe.
Okay, so Haley High Def was or is just an OG in crypto and just mind-blowingly knowledgeable and everything. And when I first started to recap, I was like, well, I probably need somebody that really knows what they're talking about. And the first person that popped in my brain was Haley High Def. She's just a wonderful person in the space. But anyway, she emerged online here. She's been kind of offline for about a year here. So if anybody out there, because they know we usually shout her out every week and tag her at least on. I try not to kill her on tweets because I know she isn't online, but I at least try to do one once a week just to make sure she knows what's up. But she did just pop up back up online for those that been concerned about her. But I know a lot of people were shouting her out in the comments once they see the tweets too. So did just want to put that out there. But she is a member of the recap until she tells me to stop tagging her with everything because we love to have her back and she's always welcome with everything. But while I was talking there and giving that story there too, she just popped in my brain here. I just want to make sure we give her a shout out. So this is from SHIBARIUMscan.io. Current numbers here. Just refresh the screen. Updated. Just went from that PuppyNet Live old look to the new school now. Too as well, looking beautiful. So total blocks 447,000 plus. Average block time still about 5 seconds. Total transactions 928,000 plus. Total wallets shade over 1 million. Gas trackers at 1.51 GUI. I don't know how y'all pronounce that. I'm gonna call it GUI. Daily transactions 99,000 plus there too as well with everything. So that is just the updated information there for that one. Just to kind of give an update because I think I talked about what was going on earlier there in the week. Also, in regards to that Binance and the Shib pairs, so it was basically. Let me summarize it for you. Of course, not financial advice, but BUSD is kind of slowly, I think being delisted, maybe is how they want to put it. But anyway, parent company Paxos concerned, and I'm paraphrasing this for y'all in terms of the article, kind of concerned in regards to some of the issues legally that Binance is facing. Decides they're gonna kind of phase out and that kind of thing. So Chief should still be available. I believe will be backed by USD in terms of that and everything there on the platform, but BUSD is kind of the cause and effect of that one. So just to kind of give you a heads up there. Also, let's see here. Just wanted to, I think we about covered it there. The only other thing, we kind of talked about that too. I was thinking about the Bitcoin, the BitPay and everything. I know I pulled up a couple of different articles too as well. I don't think I'm going to go back and read that earlier blog from Shah this week either. Please do your own research. I might find that. I got to scroll way back. Don't let me lie on everything with that one too as well. But yeah, it's just been an interesting week. Again, a lot of that world news we probably would have been on for about an hour. I'm pretty sure, especially if Calvin J was here, he would have had some thoughts with everything. But you know, it was good to see you know, bad getting its a little bit of expansion there too as well. Did want to touch on Shiba Eternity Gaming Showdown with that one too. I believe this was a little bit different in terms of the setup and everything. I want to say that Magic Sheep is still sponsoring this week too as well. But I did post for everything I am missing. I did want to post up She Dreams article there with that one. And I think I've got that one with the lads saved somewhere too as well with everything. But yeah, just beautiful stuff there. So again, I'm not going to hold you up tonight with everything, but if you had anything that you want to add with that Crypto Queen, feel free. If you want to go ahead and give us a Wellers update, I'd say now's a good time.
Perfect. Yes, I did want to just pass on a few things and some important meetings, or I guess spaces that we have coming up tomorrow morning at 9 Eastern. We'll have the big Shibarium Tech spaces. This is the one that's usually every other week, but we had a little lag with eToronto. So that should be a great space. It's going to be a technical discussion on Shibarium, answer a lot of the questions that everybody's having. It'll be the regular speakers. We'll do a little update on Welly with some cool information. And just a couple things about Welly is that part of the team is in South Korea. They'll be attending the Korea Blockchain Week from the 5th to the 10th. They want to meet holders that are in that area. The rest of the team is in Naples, finalizing all the details for the opening of the first store and the first community event. That'll be Welly Bites on September 12th. And we're excited to do some spaces and hear updates around that event. I did see a sneak peek of the store today, and it's really coming along. It's going to be so cool. And we had Stefano, who's one of our founders, hopped on our spaces today and told us that they're going to be doing a competition in the next week or so to pick the wellies that are going to be displayed in the first store. So that'll be pretty cool. And those will be changing on a regular basis, but the first ones will be pretty exciting to be part of that. And then some we do have our welly space at 9:30 Eastern, excuse me, 9:30 Central on Tuesday night. We're going to have labs on there to talk about just kind of what went well, opportunities learned at Shiba Fest so that we can all learn from that. Um, and then just a couple things to look out for. We talked about the rat bone um, contract. Make sure you check the official sites for that. I think it came out with the CAL's update, and a little confusion around that, but it's not the W bone that's been posted earlier that could have been a scam. This is the actual contract that helps bone function on cross chain. So it just talks about they didn't release Shibaswap because it isn't just about Shy and the team. It's about the hundreds of projects who've spent months building on Shibarium. Now that these things are complete, we're announcing the contract is next, as well as increasing validator nodes. So take a look at that when you get a chance. That's an update from Cal. And then just a note here about Jolt. I think you mentioned earlier, but you can stake your bone on Shibarium in Coinbase Wallet as well as MetaMask. And she talks about how to do that. Just make sure you go to the official sites, the shib.io. The gas fee could change based on congestion in the Ethereum network, but once you get onto the Shibarium bridge, you get that cheap Shibarium fees. But as far as the staking, it's just Ethereum. And I guess that's it. Lots of information tonight. It's quite overwhelming sometimes to look at it, but I always learn something and learn something from every one of you that sends us news and shares news. And we have some amazing detectives out there and reporters. So thank you all for everything that you do, and Bender for hosting these spaces. I think they're really important to communicate that news and just to have a chance for us to talk about these things. So thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate it, and again, I can't stress this enough. There's no way this gets done without the community. There's no way I could find all that information. There's no way I could do it without help. And yeah, I don't even like using the word "I" when it comes to this. Uh, we try our best each week, and I know we're probably missing a percentage of articles or something that happened in the news. Yeah, and that kind of thing too as well. But for the majority of the part of it, we try to get you caught up on what's going on with sheep this week and your your token that you're involved with and the community that you're with here too. So appreciate you and everybody up here. Moving over here to Sheba Soaps. I don't know if you have any thoughts on Sheep this week, or if you want to kind of give us a quick rundown on what you're about, but we'd love to hear from you.
Well, aside from the fact that I was still en route, I'm in Ohio, making my way back home. Um, yeah, um, just still vibing off of the real life interactions with everybody, and we need to definitely have a lot more, and just love on each other. That's it.
Absolutely, man. Well, I'm glad you've been able to hang in here and keep some connection and definitely be safe in your travels. I'm pretty sure you'll probably be hitting some mountain ranges here soon, unless you're taking a different route than I'm thinking about. But yeah, it's overall beautiful thing to see, and just based on what we've heard and what I've seen online and everything, it looks like it was a good kickoff to your project too as well. And what better way to do it at Shiba Fest? What better weekend to do it than your birthday? And once again, just be safe, pay attention to the road, and God bless. Gabby. Oh, go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, no, it's just gonna say appreciate y'all and love you.
Nope, no worries. I didn't know if you had to go back to driving or something, so I did want to give you a moment there. So thank you. Gabby, I don't know if you have any thoughts on sheep this week. If not, I don't know if you'd like to give us any thoughts or ideas on, the Sequoia Forest Project and its interaction with Shibarium, if any.
Well, I'd just like to say I'm excited to learn because I would love to be in the space tomorrow, which Crypto Queen was talking about this week. I'm sorry if it's not tomorrow, but just the festival in general. There's so much we can do together. And I just posted a picture because I want to shout out to Calvin J's cameraman has the best camera. I will say I don't have the best camera. Shout out to those who have those wonderful pixelated cameras. My camera takes some pictures, but not many. I'm so excited to see so many people build on Shibarium. And the more we just come together, the more that we can do together. So excited to learn about, um, the technicals and all of that of Shibarium and how to use it properly. So really super excited about that.
Well, that's beautiful. And again, I know you've kind of hung in here with us tonight, and I'm pretty sure you probably did as much, if not more, than lads. And nonetheless, played your part here this entire weekend. So thank you for coming up here and representing him well. And you guys definitely. Well, you don't have to be safe in your travels. I think you said you just arrived home, but again, can't thank you guys enough for actually making this happen. And we're a little bit behind on the space this week, but I cannot think of a more worthy cause to do that for here with the Shiba Fest. And, just being blessed with the availability to be a part of just those spaces. And again, just doing what I can, where I can, how I can, in terms of energy, thought, and giving some people some water breaks and some play-by-play. You heard me in the space of the yesterday. I was probably rambling on a little bit, but that's okay. If you've been around this for over a year now, just to see this actually happen, it's such a beautiful thing to see. So, again, thank you for taking your time out. I know Lads is exhausted, and you probably are too, especially with traveling back, to your area and everything. And just wanted to say thank you so much for coming up.
Thank you, Bender, for having this space. And sorry again about yesterday. It really did get very busy as we had people come in and out. The foot traffic being a little bit heavier, but you're right. I'm sure the team and everyone on Spaces and IRL who had to, set up and break down and just making sure the flow was continuous. Definitely, I'm sure. Yeah, I won't lie. I'm beat, tired. I want to go to sleep just a little bit, take a nap or something. Crypto Queen, I think you rubbed off on me because I know you like your sleep, and I'm like, I need some of your sleep.
Yes, I slept through NFT Alt Radio. Sorry about that, Shayla. I was beat. And thank you guys for holding the fort down yesterday as well. I know you did a great job, you and Debuhi and everybody that participated. Appreciate you guys.
Oh yeah. I was about to say we had our own things to overcome online yesterday. That was very interesting. I know the buoy's face rug once or twice. I was like, holy cow! I almost this or wherever that one took a second here, and I was like, oh, should I set up the space? Oh, there he goes back online, and then we were all standing there looking at each other like, music. Is there a live feed? Does
Bless
anybody at
y'all.
Shiba Fest know we're hosting now?
Dude, y'all did so good on the fly. I was sitting on the airplane ready to take off from the first space, and then by the time that second one got up, we were already taking off. But y'all did amazing. Y'all are like the definitely the pros in doing that on the fly.
We baffled and BS'd our way through a little portion of it there. I'll put it like that. But yeah, overall, it was just really good vibes. And like I said, it was just a nice group of people that were like me and just couldn't necessarily attend for one way or another. But we just wanted to, fellowship and gather and, and that type of thing and just, show our online community support for what was going on there. And I did catch the Shiba Fest hashtag trending worldwide, which I don't know if anybody at Shiba Fest might have been able to be looking for that. So that was pretty cool and everything. And I think here after Spaces, I'm going to actually put that in my little pin tweet there with a bunch of my other little stuff in terms of milestones and everything that go on. But yeah, it's overall just a wonderful thing. And yeah, we appreciate you guys so much and everybody that behind the scenes and in front of them that made it happen. And big shouts out again to all the artists and everything. Tonight, I'm not gonna go through it. We don't have Calvin J here. I got no music. We're just hit tonight, y'all. But okay, it's cool. Obviously, everybody's been working here. Speaking of working, once again, it's Labor Day weekend. Salute to all my workers, all my essentials worldwide that do it every day on the front lines, and are these managers and everything get in and out of work early, shuffle some paperwork around, and doing their thing, and not to just the managers and the supervisors. They're obviously needed for a reason, but I'm talking about those people that they get the fingernails dirty and get in the action and make it happen and make sure people are taken care of. And this energy and this economy is running worldwide for all of us, and goods and services are exchanged. So do have a very, very soft spot in my heart for all those out there that grind out here and make it happen with everything. Again, appreciate Calvin J coming up here too as well. I know he's been out here somewhere. Pretty sure he's just probably lost signal or something like that. I just wanted to say appreciate him. Crypto Queen, I think we just lost her too as well. But yeah, and everybody that's out there. So yeah, we'll come back with a little bit more info next week. We'll get a little bit back more on track with everything, unless there's just another monumental event. But I don't know if there's any besides Welly Bites. No, I don't even think that's this week coming up. I think that's the following week. So yeah, we shouldn't have too many tournament or festivals or eToronto conferences or anything like that going on. So we'll hopefully dive back into it. But appreciate